What's up, everybody? How you doing? It is Mike Watson, aka MostEPICart, also known as the publisher of Freestyle Komics. And we are here today with a line drawing sketch that I had got started, trying to figure out what I was going to do for my version of the Vigilance trade cover for our upcoming Kickstarter for Vigilance Volume 1 trade, collecting issues 1 through 4 of Vigilance, and some editions will have Hotshot number 5 enshrouded in that as well. Right now I am doing the line art, figuring out the lines and adding line weights to this piece. I'm drawing on the iPad right now using Procreate. I've been really enjoying drawing digital art. I guess I've been in it for 4 years now, 3 or 4 years doing digital art, and man, is it a load off of how much stuff I have to carry around, but having a lot of fun with this. Right now I'm adding blacks, playing around with my line weights, and making decisions on what lines I actually want to use for this piece. This was a fun drawing to do. It's an homage piece. It's a dope, gallant cover of another female superhero, so I'm going to do my version of that. I thought it was really eloquent. I thought it was special. But I wanted something dynamic for this Vigilance cover, and I thought this would be right on par with it as I'm going out here. That really just focuses on Vigilance and shows the seriousness of her, the epicness of her. That is very, I don't know, man. It just is strong. That looks like she's strong, because she is. She's very powerful, obviously. But I wanted the image to showcase that as well. Right now, I am doing what I call combing the hair. This is the Most Epic Hair Salon. I try to pay a lot of attention to hair and making different for every woman that I draw. And then when I do draw an individual's hair, I like to put a lot of detail into it. Hair tells a lot about an individual, tells a lot about who they are. And actually, I take that back. It tells a lot about their character. There's a lot about their character visually. I think hair, along with the eyes, are the things that really bring a character to life. And what I did here, I did I think 2 layers. I did an outside layer that is one whole shape of the hair, closed in shape, so I can just drop a color in there. And then I copied that layer and duplicated it. It's hidden. The second version of it's hidden. Then I did another layer on top of that where I combed in the hair, so you can see the streaks, you can see the individual hair follicles as they are coming around, rimming the highlight and stuff like that. And I did that outer shape because I want to be able to drop one whole color in there, so you can see like the gaps or spaces in between the hair sketching that I did on there. I draw in blue line when I'm doing this stuff, and because I'm very tight with my pencils, I'm able just to go right into the ink, so I just select all the lines and just paint it over in black. It's a preference. I just like to draw in blue. Now I'm doing the background, and I've become a fan of the swirling clouds, as I have it on its own background, or its own layer, so I can erase these layers behind it. Every time I make a layer, I duplicate it, and I do that as a safety net, so if I do mess up this layer, I have one that I can go back to. Now I'm dropping in the flats here, get them all cleaned up, each color I'm putting in its own layer. Now, I'm not the strongest colorist here, so I'm going to try my best here. Veronica is our normal colorist, but she's slammed. She's got a lot of stuff going on right now. She does a lot of coloring for FSK, plus she has several projects that she works on, so I'm just going to see if I can knock the colors out on this one and pull it off. I definitely want Vigilance's hair to be purple. Her eyes are purple. The power that emits from her is purple, so I want to keep that going. You remember old school comics would do this threading in the black, so you see these highlights, and you would do a blue on there, and that would just represent the light. It was really black, you know what I'm saying? But because when we're drawing these things, we don't want to make all those things we don't want to make all those black because it's hard to see or whatnot. So you do some rim lining or highlights in a darker, bolder color, but it still represents that black, and that's why we did the purple there. Where are we at right now? Now I'm adding highlights because the light is surrounding her. She's in the middle. So I'm picking places where to put highlights. I'm select each, since I have each layer on its own layer. The reds are on the layer. That gray is on its own layer. Her skin tone is on its own layer. The hair color is on its own layer. The background's on its own layer. So I'm able to select those layers and then go in and play without having to worry about this going outside or getting messy or anything like that. I've added highlights to the face. And again, this is something I'm still working on, but I watched a lot of tutorials and practicing my coloring. So I did want to, on top of her sienna brown skin, I did kind of add a red over her overall skin tone. And now I'm trying to hit the spaces of like her forehead, her cheeks, her chin with highlights. I'm falling behind the damn video. The video's going pretty fast, but I didn't want to make this a super long video. And right now, just because the light is coming, I'm having light come from both sides. I'm just hitting both sides right now with that purple highlight, that purple rim lighting around it, and really digging how that looks. I think it's really adding to it because also her power, like I said, it's a purplish color. So I think this is going good for her right now. Now I'm going in with another purple, lighter purple to go in for the highlights. Really give that hair some depth. Really make it look like it's curving, it's swirling, it's moving, it's bending, it's twirling or swirling or whatnot. Now I'm coming in, looks like I'm on the red again, and I don't know what I'm doing. Nope, I'm back to the skin. So what I've done here is made a layer, and I've lowered the layer's opacity to like 30 or 40%, and I'm using a black to add the shadows here. Now, shadowing is some of the hardest thing to do. If you get the shadows just right, it will take a picture to the next level. If the shadow isn't right, it makes the picture look immature. I think in some of these spots, I nailed it. Some spots I didn't. But I tried to work it till I was satisfied with it. And the point is, I need to move on because I still have a Hot Shot 3, Volume 3 trick coming that I need to draw. I have no idea what I'm going to do for it. But right now, I'm trying to do large shapes here because I'm going to erase the gray because the gray is also going to be used as a tone because her costume is white. I'm not the biggest fan of how I'm doing the stomach area, but you know, I'm trying to fix it up as much as I can as I'm going back in and shadow to the reds to give her those kind of like the highlight of those, or the rim lining of the six-pack. The idea that the six-pack there, it's not really a defined six-pack. Adding the shadows to the cake right now. I don't know where I'm at. Only moving this thing around. Okay, I got the shadows under the lip and the teeth there. I'm doing a lot of pulling out but back in. I'm definitely on the shadow layer. I'm at so it's like a shadow. I'm still in that same layer, so that layer that I dropped down to 30-40%, I will hit, do all my shadows in there. And right now I've picked up orange to do the highlights of the reds. Red is an awesome color, but it's also hard to highlight and shadow or whatnot. Now I'm going through the background, trying to brighten that up, add some value to the background. I'm trying to choose colors that truly separate it from Vigilance. I have a star brush, so I've got stars popping up in the background. Now I'm moving on the clouds with their highlights. And again, all this stuff swirling around it, with the moon being in the middle, the clouds swirling on the left and right, all bringing to the center of this piece, the centerpiece, which is Vigilance. She is the main event here. This is what this book's about. Doing some more rim lighting with a brighter light around the moon, and I just used the blur tool to blur that whole background to truly push the separation. And I'm coming back in with some more rim lighting for the light of the moon. So it's the light of the moon and the sky. The purple sky is going there. Highlights around the lips. Doing that with a little bit of a white brush. Vigilance doesn't necessarily wear makeup, but she might wear some lip gloss to keep her lips from being chapped. I'm going in and really working the eye at this point. I figure her upper lip should be a little bit darker, And listen, here we go. That is the piece. I added some lightning bolts coming out of her eyes for energy. I don't know if I'm going to do a cover with or without. Now I'm opening up Photoshop. We have the trade cover. It's on a template. We already have the trade design, the front and back, but I think we are going to use a tweaked version that's being worked on right now by Eric, and that looks cool. But for the sample of this video, I'm going to pull up the old one that we're using right now. So I already have this template made, and if you're a Photoshop connoisseur, you can see on the right side I have a ton of freaking layers on this thing. We did a lot of stuff. I really need to condense this and clean it up. But the front image, all this stays the same because we want our covers to look the same for our trades. I'm grabbing my image of Vigilance. I've condensed this down into 2 layers, the actual Vigilance figure, and then the background totally separated. Now we are putting it on. Make sure I put it in the right place where the old art was for the front cover. Now I am editing and I'm transforming it to fit on the page, basically shrinking it down, using using this box, the little highlighted box around the spot. And then I'm going to do one last thing. I'm going to start. I got my layer highlighted. I'm just going to close up these folders so I can see where I'm at. There's that one, this one. Close that one. Okay, got a lot of folders here. Jeez. Alright, I think this. Yeah, I went too far. Where am I? There, right here. So this is just a little accent, putting that Vigilance there, and you can see she pops above the graphics. I just thought the energy coming out of her eyes, being on top, would look real nice on there. This is the cover. This is Vigilance. It's all done and ready for the book. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in to this Most Epic Art session. I'm probably going to try to do more of these. I think they're fun. And it's a different thing from what I do on my show Chat and Joy, which comes on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on Agents of Geekdom Network. Hope you enjoyed this, and hope to see you when we launch the Kickstarter live here in a couple months. The book is ready. We're just working on all these tweets, bells, and whistles. I am Mike Watson, aka MostEPICart. I'll see you in the next one.